And the fear factor is there, because even if they do, if they don't lose their job, they're, maybe promotions might not come as close as they were hoping, or people might look at them, like, maybe you're, a little strange. So like, hey, we're friends at work, but soon as work is over with, stay away from me, please.
But yeah, you're right. I got another report coming in too. This one's from Dine Navajo Reservation in New Mexico, and this one goes like this. Recently, the team documented a what they call a furry one, sighting that took place approximately 5 miles from George Harvey's homestead. The location is still within the Navajo Reservation and along the San Juan River. This particular sighting is believed to be one of the family group members from the previous habitation report. Now, this small family group is part of a larger clan of approximately 17 individuals who roam within a 100 square mile range. So apparently they know of 17 individuals of Bigfoot that roam that 100-mile range.
Interesting.
Yeah. And, there's all kind of, I got more of them. I'm telling you, the Bigfoots have really spiked recently. I'm just saying. Here's one here. Okay. Hello, my name is, I won't give the name, but I am a police officer. This is a police officer on Pine Ridge Reservation. I am passing on information regarding the rash of sightings of a tall man or a Bigfoot on the Pine Ridge Reservation. During one of these sightings, I had our department's thermal imaging camera, and along with about 6 other officers, did in fact pick up a large heat signature on the camera. Unfortunately, they didn't have the recorder yet for the camera, so they weren't able to record it. And that was police officers. And I believe that was in Colorado, I think.
Oh, wow. How old a report was that one?
That one was within the last year. It didn't get reported, but that's one of those that took a while to report, so to speak. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
They kind of waited. Obviously they're police officers. You know what I mean? So, and here's another one. This one, I think it might be a little bit. Oh, it's not real new, but again, they wait to report them. But this is also police. I was driving in a patrol toward McDade Park in Scranton, Pennsylvania. It was late at night. I was just checking the park, making sure all was okay, and just noticed a very dark object leaning over the edge of the road near the pool as I drove past. I passed extremely close to the object, close enough for me to feel shocked to see a large, hairy section of a well-muscular leg and a big, hairy wrist and hand as the creature turned and screamed and grabbed my cell to snap a picture and my gun. I slammed on the brakes, and I was ready to shoot. I'm combat trained. I have a weapon. I just had to see what the heck it was. I wanted to see the entire thing for myself, but what can I say? Whatever it was for me, either was a monkey or a huge one or a Bigfoot. I am not going public with this because it would cost me my job. There is something in that park. I heard stories of something roaming the park late at night. Interestingly, there's other police officers in Pennsylvania that have other stories similar to that.
Interesting.
But that was, yeah, and see, there was one, and that was actually, he originally seen that almost about a year ago, but didn't get reported till, he waited a while.
Oh, yeah, again, a lot of people are scared to bring it up, but you know what? Like I said, the sighting, especially Mothman, it's all over the country being spotted. So maybe, I have no idea. Could they be maybe not cryptids? Could they be aliens disguising themselves as cryptids? Maybe they abducted enough people, and then, when they go through and, whatever they do when they do a brain scan or whatever, that maybe cryptids and Bigfoot and all this stuff are on people's mind, just like a computer hard drive. And, oh, hey, that would be a good way to disguise themselves.
Yeah, and listen, I'm a firm, I'm not going to say firm believer, but I hold plausible the theory that they definitely could implant memories or false memories or things that trigger you to think something that you might not be seeing it. In other words, you might be seeing them but thinking you're seeing owls, like you mentioned earlier.
Yeah. Hey, change the subject for a split second. A guy has a Tesla car, And what he did is he had his, arm or hand implanted with a chip. So now all he has to do is just wipe his hand over, near the car, and, it opens and unlocks the car and starts it. Now, is that going to be a big fad for people to get, implants where they can go, open up their, garage door? They can just wave at the garage door or wave at their car, and it, opens up the door if they have that capability, or it starts their car, or, allows them into buildings, or, this chip thing I'm kind of worried about because, the 666 thing. And people are talking about, the government officials, they want to implant people eventually, that are on Social Security for their medical, for all this stuff, for banks and stuff like that, and get away with credit cards, just have a chip in your arm. I don't know if I really think it's a cool thing or not.
I'm telling you, I don't think it's a cool thing either. That's one you touched on. That's one of the signs of the beginning of the bad. But yeah, I've seen some information on this. You can open your doors, you can make bank transactions, you can do all kind of things. But when you start integrating biology and AI stuff, I think that's a lose down the road somewhere. I think if we were meant to have that, we'd be born with it. I just don't. I'm not in. It won't be me getting a chip in, not voluntarily anyway.
I don't like is what you were talking about, your cell phones. You're right. A lot of this technology has gotten so far that, if you say the wrong thing, even with your phone off, it seems to be getting, picked up.
Yeah, I tell you all the time, I could turn my phone off completely and go somewhere and get home a few minutes later. How was your visit at such and such? I'm like, wait a minute, how do you know I was there?
Yeah, that's the thing. Well, your phone is turned off, but you go into a restaurant or you go into a big chain, box store, and after you come out, you turn on your phone, and all of a sudden, it identifies you were there. Now, how would they know, especially if you didn't even buy anything? And even if you did, if you paid cash, how would they know you're there? Your phone is ratting you out.
Oh, yeah. Listen, like it said in that little news report, I just touched on a little piece of it, just lightly go over it. But, yeah, it's a surveillance device. You ever watch some of the movies? They say you got a cell phone, and you ever see them, they throw them away.
Well, that's a smart. Hey, guys, if you're going to rob the 7-Eleven or a bank, don't have a cell phone in your car. Don't talk about the robbery with anybody with a cell phone in your pocket. Make sure whoever you're talking with doesn't have a cell phone, because I'll tell you, that's your dead giveaway. What's it going to do? James say, the First National Bank of Wyoming is going to be robbed next Friday by James and Gary, because, you talked about it. There it is, posted for everybody to see it.
That reminds me of that one movie that with Tom Cruise, where in the future they could see the future and what would happen. So, in other words, if they seen you robbing a bank a week from now, they'd go arrest you early. Or if they see you going to kill somebody a year from now, they'd put you in jail before you did it. I mean, it's just bizarre.
Well, you know what? That isn't far fetched in the near future.
I'm telling you, oh boy. Imagine if you had a good mask of somebody, like if I could look like you and go in and rob the bank.
No, you don't. No, you couldn't. Well, yeah, okay. What are you going to do? You're going to run and rob the bank? You mean you're going to go in with a walker, moving like a 110-year-old, and what are you going to say? I'm here to rob the bank. Now, yeah, sure, okay. Come on, don't say me. Somebody athletic.
I go with my Jazzy Jeff. How about that?
Okay. By the way, talking about robbing thing, remember the day, a couple days back, I did the report about dogs going onto people's porches and snatching boxes?
Yeah, and I said that's a good way to train.
Evidently, the dog that was doing that was trained along with a bunch of other dogs. Instead of using, the person to go, and get on camera, he was training dogs to, go steal the packages and bring them back.
I wondered, people always do negative things with positive things, like even a dog. They train a daggone dog to steel packages, and the dog probably got a little treat. And it's just ridiculous.
Oh yeah. Hey, I want to say a big shout out to two of my closest friends here. Not closest, but close friends. Earl Grey. The Seven Sisters. That's one of the songs we play quite a bit here on Night Dreams Talk Radio. And then who is the other one, James, that we play a lot of their music?
Metatron, Tom and Metatron, and between them and
Power and Light. Metatron, Power and Light.
Power and Light. Yeah, we play a lot of their songs, and I love their tunes.
Yeah. How did you like the one about Jake?
Yeah, that was a good one. I hadn't heard that one in a long time.
You haven't heard it at all.
So that is a long time, then.
I guess it would be a long, unless you heard it in another lifetime.
No, I haven't heard that. I've never heard it, but it was a catchy tune. I liked it.
Oh, yeah. It had a lot of meaning to it.
Yeah, and that one song, well, I like all the songs, but that one that the lady sings for Metatron, that's a catchy one. Earl's song's catchy. I love that. I like them all.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I like that, too, because he used the word Puget Sound, and that's where we're at. So, no snow this Christmas. I am so disgusted. We had a Category 4 rain here a week ago. Could you imagine if that would have been snow? Ooh, we would have been buried.
Yeah, you would have been. You would have had a lot of snow for sure, especially, well, where you're at is probably called a northwester, but yeah, those snows. I've been through some nor'easters on the East Coast, and those things, man, when they come quick, and they can pile up 2 foot of snow within a few hours. I mean, quick.
Oh yeah. Well, here after the news break, so about 7:05, we got our guest tonight. We got a great guest. We got Les Odell on, and he's going to be talking about cryptids and all that. Now, he's also into like UFOs and ghosts and all that stuff. So it's going to be a good hour and a half, and it's going to go by fast here tonight. You know that.
I reckon you might be right. That's his station just right in that borders up against mine, and well, I guess he likes kind of stuff we like, so should be right up our alley.
Oh yeah. So you got one more. We got just 2 minutes left. What do you got to fill in for those 2 minutes?
Oh, let's see. I got one. I just had on cue here. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Where'd it go? Okay, this is a cryptid. Okay, where's it at here? No, that's not it. Hold on. I might find it will be done past the time.
Yeah, I'm just starting to sweat bullets
sweat
here.
Bullets. You're starting to sweat bullets. I just had it. It keeps losing them. Okay, here's okay, this one's kind of a gargoyle type thing that people are seeing winged gargoyles too. That's another thing lately. Okay, anyway, I was driving home from work at 1:20 a.m. and this guy left Kenosha, Wisconsin. He drove north on this Route 31 towards his home in Racine. When he got off at the Green Bay Road Highway and drove towards Route 38, he soon noticed a tall, dark-winged entity, which he referred to as a gargoyle, near the Root River overpass. Now, he described the being as a 6-foot humanoid with bat-like wings extending from its back. It was very dark in color, and when his headlights hit the being, the wings unfurled, and it quickly ascended into the air. The body was thin and the head somewhat small in comparison. There was distinct eye shine with reddish tint. Now, the guy believes that the being was eating roadkill. So that was another report that came in of gargoyle. Now, there's been a few of those come in, too, of gargoyle cryptids of some sort.
Interesting. Yeah, in eating roadkill, that's desperate. I'm surprised it weren't, grabbing people, and they'd be one of the missing whatever.
Oh, boy, you would have to say that, wouldn't you? Yeah, but that's a good point. I mean, who knows? If something's going to eat roadkill, maybe it just didn't have a live subject come by. I mean, really, think about it.
Yeah. Well, again, look how many people go missing in our country a year. That is a heck of a lot. Now, these are the ones that the FBI says, we don't know where they happened to them. We don't know where they went, but they disappeared. They're, no signs of any, murder or anything, illegal. They just vanished. And this has been going on year after year after year. Anyway, when we come back from break,